Good morning, dear students, and welcome back to your English grammar class. In today's class, we are going to talk about reported speech or the indirect speech. When the exact words of the speaker are quoted, we use the direct speech, and when the words of the speaker are reported, it is called the indirect speech. Let us study the difference between direct and indirect speech. In indirect speech, it is not enclosed in quotation marks, but in direct speech, we enclose the words of the speaker in quotation marks. The word that is used as a conjunction between the reporting verb and the reported speech, whereas there is no use of the word that in the direct speech. We change the pronouns and possessive adjectives when we change from direct to indirect. The first person pronouns that are I, we, me, us, mine, ours, and possessive adjectives my and ours change according to the subject of the reporting verb. The second person pronouns you, yours, and possessive adjectives your change according to the object of the reporting verb. The third person pronoun he, she, it, they, and third person possessive adjectives his, her, its, and their don't change at all. Let us look at some of the examples. The direct speech is he said, I am happy. The indirect speech will be he said that he was happy. The I has been changed to he. Next example, I said to him, you are intelligent, which is in the direct speech. The indirect speech will be I told him that he was intelligent. Next example, she said to me, he has gone, which is in the direct speech. When we change it into indirect speech, it will become she told me that he had gone. Since we are talking about a third person here, the he will not be changed into any other pronoun. When we change the sentence from direct speech to indirect speech, we change the tenses as well. If the sentence is in simple present, the tense of the sentence will be changed from simple present to simple past in the indirect speech. For example, she said, I want to play, the direct speech, and the indirect speech will become she said that she wanted to play. We can see here that the verb want has been changed into wanted. The direct speech in present continuous is Rana said, I am studying. And in past continuous, which is changing from direct to indirect, it will become Rana said that he was studying. If the sentence is in simple past, the direct speech is Poonam said, I worked hard. From simple past, the tense will be changed into past perfect. So the indirect speech will be Poonam said that she had worked hard. When the sentence is in present perfect, the direct speech is he said, I have finished my work. The present perfect will change into past perfect. So the indirect speech will be he said that he had finished his work. The past perfect remains the same in the indirect speech as well. For example, they said we had come late that night. The indirect speeches, they said that they had come late that the previous night. We can see that the past perfect, the tense is not changed, but the other things in the sentence have been changed. If the sentence is in present perfect continuous, for example, she said, I have been waiting for 3 hours, the present perfect continuous will change into indirect as past perfect continuous. For example, she said that she had been waiting for 3 hours. The past continuous will change into past perfect continuous. For example, they said we were walking along the beach is in direct speech. The indirect speech will be they said that they had been walking along the beach. The past perfect will remain the past perfect only. The direct speech example, the farmer said the floods had destroyed the crops. The indirect speech will be the farmer said that the floods had destroyed the crops. The past perfect continuous will remain past perfect continuous from direct to indirect speech. Example, Sarah said he had been living there in the 1950s. Sarah said that he had been living there in the 1950s. That is in the indirect speech. When we change the models from direct to indirect, the model will becomes would, can becomes could, and shall becomes should. The model may becomes might. For example, she said, I will meet you later. The indirect speech is, she said that she would meet me later. Another example, Mohan said, I can cook. Mohan said that he could cook. That'll be all for today's class, and we will continue with reported speech in our next class. Till we meet again, stay safe, stay healthy, and keep learning.